A nationally recognized youth conservation program based in Ashland is facing major funding challenges just weeks before the summer season kicks off. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Haley Gravitt. Damian Alvarado has the details on why Lomacotsi is now asking the community to step in and help.
The Ashland Youth Watershed Training and Employment Program has a special place in a lot of people's hearts. I was able to speak to a few people who went through this program in 2013 and more recently 2023, and they all have the same thing to say about it. It creates family, it's created a career opportunity for them, and it's a way to keep things here locally.
Every summer, high school students across the Rogue Valley lace up their boots and step into the woods, not for recreation, but for restoration. Through Lomacotsi's Ashland Watershed Youth Training and Employment Program, local teens spend 4 paid weeks restoring native ecosystems and reducing wildfire risk. But this year, a federal funding freeze has left the program short.
We've been impacted by some of the federal funding freezes and are short about $33,000. So we're reaching out to the community, and we've launched a fundraiser so that we can serve a full crew, hopefully of 20 youth this year.
For many, this is more than just a summer job. Danny Espinosa joined the program in 2023, and it changed everything.
I was working a fast food job at the time, and I was like, I don't want to be in fast food. I want to be something where I'm going to be happy.
Danny is now studying forestry and fire ecology at Lynn Benton Community College. They are one of dozens whose career paths began here, including Liam Sislow, who joined the very first crew in 2013.
I think I would have been on a much different path in my life if I hadn't been a part of that program. It made me want to come back and work in the town that I grew up in.
Liam now works full-time with Lomacotsi, helping train the next generation of land stewards.
To have them willing to come out here and put their hands on the land and stay within their communities and help protect them from wildfire, it's really an awesome opportunity.
Donations can be made through Lomacotsi's website or Facebook page. Reporting in Ashland,
This is a career field I want to do, and I know I'm capable of doing hard things.
I'm Damian Alvarado.
And with warmer and drier weather almost here, fire restrictions are now in place for all BLM public lands in Oregon. Take a look at your screens here. The use of these items is now prohibited by the Bureau of Land Management. And those who violate these restrictions may be fined up to $100,000 and/or sentenced to a year in jail. And U.S. Senator Ron Wyden has announced town halls in Curry and Jackson County during Memorial Day weekend. On May 24th, Wyden and U.S. Representative Val Hoyle will be at the Driftwood Elementary School in Port Orford at 6 p.m. Wyden will be in Medford the next day at the Medford Armory at 4 p.m. And we told you about voter turnout for special elections yesterday, and now just 4 days remain for you to submit your ballot. For a look at the local races and everything you need to know before voting for this special election, head to our special election page on KDRV.com. And new at 6 tonight, the Ashland Sidewalk celebration is underway now through Sunday. It's a block party and a bike film festival. The local spots from the library to Lovejoy's Tea Room are offering something special with live music, dancing, art, food, and activities for all ages. It is a great chance to enjoy the weekend and connect with the community. We'll have more details on this weekend's festivities coming up tonight at 11. And it sure does seem like some nice weather out there to do these festivities. Let's check in with Sarah Crest for a look at those conditions. Sarah.
Well, today shaped up to be a rather beautiful day for us. We did see clouds move in compared to what we saw this morning. Temperatures right now rather pleasant. 72 into Medford, 66 to Klamath Falls, Mount Shasta 68. But unfortunately, that nice warm weather is not sticking around for us in the days ahead. Tomorrow, we're expecting to cool things down. We'll see showery weather throughout the day for us. Blustery winds as well. Sunday will be on the drier side, but those cooler temperatures stick around for us throughout the weekend. We'll start to see those changes as early as tonight. Our low temperatures aren't going to be quite as cool as what we saw earlier this week. We have a low of 50 to Medford, over into Brookings 46, Klamath Falls 43. But the first half of our night is going to remain dry, but then we'll begin to see some showers work their way in later tonight through tomorrow morning, becoming a bit more widespread as we're into our Saturday. Along with this, we're tracking potential for storms starting tonight, areas over east side side, but that risk does grow into your Saturday. We'll see breezy winds, a bit blustery areas over east side. Those high temperatures right back down into the 60s for us. 63 for Medford, 62 for Wairika, and over to Klamath Falls, 58. And like I mentioned, we do have the potential for some storms tomorrow. The risks along with this do include some of those gusty winds, lightning, some small hail, and of course some downpours with it. Now I'll have a bit more details of what we can expect over the next days to come and when we can finally see those temperatures begin to warm up coming up in your next forecast.
Sarah, thank you. And over in Dunsmuir, a breathtaking waterfall draws thousands of visitors each year and has only grown in popularity over the years. But the problem is the only way to get to the falls is illegal. Matt Hoffman is here with a preview of this story that you'll see next week on the Storm Tracker 12 summer forecast. So excited for that. Matt, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Haley, you can find plenty of videos and photos of stunning Mosspray Falls like this on social media from folks who have taken the 1-mile hike along railroad tracks owned by the Union Pacific Railroad. Not only is this journey dangerous and illegal, the growing popularity of the falls is impacting the community.
If tranquility were a spot, it would be Mosspray Falls.
But for folks that live near the access point to make the trek to the falls, it hasn't been tranquil at all in their neighborhood.
People park in the street and they narrow the street down so emergency vehicles probably could not get past them. They park on dry grass, which could cause a fire, which is a real concern in this area.
Scott Silber lives down the road from where people start the 1-mile walk along the railroad tracks to Mosspray Falls. The route is not only illegal, but dangerous. 2 people have been seriously injured being struck by trains, and in the last 5 years, there's been 3 train derailments, the last one being just this past March, which has put a sharper focus on getting a safer route for people to get to Mosspray Falls. Matthew Bryan is a city councilor of Dunsmuir and says the city is making a big push to work with Union Pacific to construct a trail to safely get people out to Mosspray Falls.
We are committed financially to making this happen, but it's going to have to be through partnerships. We're a small city. We're willing to take on the ultimate responsibility for the trail, and that's something that Union Pacific has responded positively to.
There's a lot more to this story. The quest to build a safe trail to Mosspray Falls has been going on for decades. Tune in next Thursday, May 22nd at 6:30 p.m. for the Storm Tracker 12 summer forecast. I'll have more details on this proposed public trail, including where it will be and more details on funding and how that will transpire. I'll also explain why this project is so important to the community of Dunsmuir.
Looking forward to that special, Matt. Now moving on to a money alert tonight, nearly $1.7 billion is coming to the California Transportation Commission for the state's highway system. Caltrans District 2 approved 10 projects with this funding, including one that will install sidewalks, crosswalks, pedestrian lighting, and bike lanes near Happy Camp in Siskiyou County. The project, using $7.4 million of Senate bill funding, will have another project in Siskiyou County that will use more than $25 million in the funding to improve roads, conditions, drainage systems, and signage near McLeod and Mount Shasta. And the grandstands at Medford Spiegelberg Stadium are getting a major upgrade. The $195,000 project was part of last year's approved budget. Originally built in the 1960s, these wooden bleachers have seen decades of wear. Officials say the time to replace them has clearly come.
Our own fabricator and facilities team is doing the install, and it's a considerable cost savings to the district, upwards of $200,000 in savings. So the schools are coming over and grabbing some of the planks and doing some projects with the original wood, which is pretty exciting.
Along with new aluminum bleachers, the district is putting sustainability front and center. The upgrades improve both safety and experience for fans, all while honoring the stadium's past. The west side is expected to be finished before graduation, with the east side completed over the summer.